What's up, guys? All right, I'm back, man. I just got to get a little lunch because I'm kind of full now, but I still can talk. All right, so basically we're talking about a lease versus a purchase. Another thing that I get a lot of times is people say, oh man, I drive way too many miles to do a lease. Well, the problem with a lease is that you don't do a lease to give the car back. The only way that miles will count against you is if you take the car back and say, here are the keys, I quit, I want to start over, do something else. So that's the only time mileage is really going to count against you, or they're going to charge you the per mileage, cents that they charge is normally like 15, 25 cents per mile that they charge you if you go over. But that's only if you give the keys back. Remember that. Not if you go and trade it, because it doesn't count. You're using your car just like a regular trade. If you sell it, it doesn't count against you. But if you give it back, it counts against you. So that's one of the options that you have on the lease that you do have it on a purchase, but it's called a repo. You can give it back, but you still owe for what's left over. So the other thing you want to keep in mind with a lease is that you have these options. You can give it back, you can sell it, you can trade it, or you can keep it. That's 4 options that you have on the lease that you do not have on the purchase. If you get a purchase, it kind of locks you out of the market for like 7 years or 6 years, however long it takes you to pay it off. And you kind of get stuck with a car after warranty's out. Your warranty goes out after 36 months on most vehicles across the board, with the exception of a few. But 36 months is about when you can start to occur, any breaking down, oil change, all that stuff's going to be on you. One of the great things with the Toyota Care product is that for the first 2 years, they're going to give you free oil change, free tire rotation, make sure the engine's running at maximum. All of the filters and everything are good when you bring it in, as opposed to you doing it yourself. And then if you come to Freeman Toyota, where you will find Go See JB, you'll get a 3rd year of tire rotation and oil changes. So man, that's peace of mind in and of itself, just to be able to know that that's going to be taken care of. So think about it. On the lease, you only own it for like 36 to 39 months. So it's always going to be under warranty. You're never going to be upside down. And this is the biggest problem that we have. Most people come in, you can't get them out of the car they in because they upside down. A lease guarantees that you're never upside down. One of the key factors to getting a lease is you have to keep your credit good. It needs to be like a 690 or higher in order to do a lease. And I think that works out really better for you than a conventional does, because a conventional just locks you out of the market. This keeps you being able to get a car every 3 years if you want to. You just bring it back and use that as a trade. But what about the mileage, JB? Yeah, what about the mileage? If you just have a regular conventional financing, you got to worry about the mileage as well. Mileage is always going to count against you, whether it's leasing or if you are conventional finance. Because when you bring the vehicle in, we're going to look at it as a trade, and we're going to look at the mileage on the vehicle. And the Kelley Blue Book is going to tell us how much to subtract for that mileage that you have on the vehicle. So whether you're on a lease or a purchase, it's the same. All right, guys, I'll holler back at you again.